I love making something out of nothing. I'm not trained, but I am brave and determined. Of course, I could hire a professional, but DIY first. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be working on the front porch area. And right now I'm working on the front flower bed. So it was less than about 20 minutes, I guess, clearing some of the weeds out of the flower bed. I didn't let it get too bad this time, at least not yet. So my goal is to try to stay on top of it. But I've been looking at the plants and how they are situated for a while. Since I've been in this house, I've wanted to move the bushes forward. I feel like they are crowding out the lilies that are behind there, or the lilies are crowding them out anyway, one or the other. But I feel like they are kind of planted a little bit too close back. And maybe I just need to prune them and not necessarily dig them up. But there are a couple of them that have died, or pretty much died. They're like basically on their last leg, and I need to dig them out. And so when I do, it's going to leave some gaps, particularly in the middle. So I've been wanting to kind of dig those bushes up and respace them. And if I'm going to do that, then I might as well move them forward just a little bit. Additionally, I have the ornamental grass over here. I forget what it's called, but it's kind of clustered over here on one side. And I think I kind of want to spread it out across the front, which would mean then I would need to get another bush for the end over here. On the far end, I have an azalea bush that's been there for 2 or 3 years. I don't know, but it's been there for a little while. And so I could get another azalea and put it over here. But if I do that, I would want them to match. And so I'm not sure if I want to do that either, because if I'm going to have 2 bushes, I may want to buy 2 together, 2 of the same, because I love symmetry. I kind of need symmetry, otherwise it does something to my brain. So I don't know if this is the right time of year to dig up bushes and transplant them, but I've been putting this off for several years now, kind of waiting for the right time, but not quite sure when that is. These are evergreen bushes, so they don't really go dormant. And honestly, I don't really like them that much. So if I kill them, I won't be like devastated if they die, but I don't want my lilies to die. So I don't know how much I'm going to do today. I do know what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to dig up the dead bushes. And since it rained pretty much all day yesterday, the ground is really soft. So this might actually be the perfect time to do this project and move the bushes. So no promises, but we're just going to see. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see how far we get. Now, that also means I probably need to pull out the irrigation system that I put in place that I didn't even use last year. Everything that's planted here was like fine on its own. And actually the little splitter that I put on there so that I could have 2 outlets, it broke. So it's not even connected right now. So anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna go in the back and get my shovel and start digging. I'm gonna dig out these bushes, and then I'll just kind of see what happens from there. Whoa, that's the biggest earthworm I've ever seen in my life. Look, that is a ginormous earthworm. You see that? For reference, this is my hand. Jeez. Never seen an earthworm that big. He just kind of flopped out. These three, 1, 2, 3 bushes, they don't look so good. That one particularly looks pretty sticky, like got a lot of sticks to it. So I don't know. That one's starting to look the same. So I'm not sure. I need to cut all of them down and kind of groom them a little bit, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm wondering if I should get rid of that one too. I'm not sure. But this is why I say I feel like they're being crowded out, because those 3, that's where the flowers are the biggest, and those 3 are the ones that look worse. Down on this side, the flowers are getting choked out behind there, over behind these 2 bushes. So, and the bushes are thriving. Here in the middle, the flowers are thriving, and the flowers getting choked out. And it looks like that there's one on a flower on the other side of this down spout also, and it looks like it might be getting choked out. That's why I said I might need to move the bushes forward a little bit. And since digging those 2 out took like 2 seconds, I think I'm just gonna go for it. All right, so I dug up the 2 small dead bushes, and I was trying to decide on if I wanted to get rid of some more. And then I was like, well, let me figure out the spacing and how to kind of evenly space everything out. So I went and got my tape measure and all of that. But then I realized I have these solar lights out here, and they're kind of already sectioned off somewhat evenly. At least I think I measured when I did this. I'm not sure, but I think I did, to try to evenly space them. And so what I decided to do is, if I can have a bush in between each solar light, then they should be pretty evenly spaced, I think. So that's what I'm gonna do. And since I have 7 of these bushes here, and I have 1 azalea at the end, then I'll just skip the 2 end sides and put in between the next 7 spaces, and then that should evenly space out these bushes and give them a little bit more room to breathe and spread out. And then I also need to prune them. I need to prune all of them and kind of cut them back. So I'll probably do that too after I get them transplanted and everything. And I do think I'm probably at some point going to just buy 2 additional bushes that I can put on each end, and I'll move my azalea probably to the backyard somewhere. So that's what I'm thinking for right now, but I'm gonna leave the azalea where it is for now until I figure out what else I want to do on this other side. But I'm gonna go ahead and dig up these bushes and kind of shift them around to try to evenly space them out. And I need to work around the irrigation system, because I did decide not to, I'm not gonna just totally remove it, but I will need to be mindful of it when I start digging stuff up so I don't break anything. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that phase of it, and then we'll just see where we are from there. I may regret this, but I did some thinking last night and I have decided that I am going to dig up this ornamental grass and spread it out along the front of the flower bed. Will I regret this decision? Perhaps, but I think that I have to just go with my gut and utilize my energy when I have it. So it's time to dig up some grass. And when I get done with that, then we'll see how I feel, if I feel like doing more. It's like the hottest time of the day. I didn't bring any water out here with me. Maybe I should get some water. I have flowers over there. I don't know if you can see them on the bench. I have flowers to plant as well, which that's the easy part. And I probably need to reorganize the irrigation because with flowers here, they'll probably want water at some point. And I also need to trim the bushes. So I don't know how much we're gonna do today. Already a little misty, you know, it's kind of hot and humid, but there's a slight breeze. Maybe that'll help. I always do this to myself. But anyway, this was supposed to be like a quick little, like, let's do a front porch reset type thing, which we are gonna do that, but I kind of want to get this done first. So hopefully the dirt is still a little bit loose and not too bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Here comes Jump Jump. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Maybe I guess I'll feed him first because that's probably what he wants. You hungry, buddy? Hey, hey, you hungry? Hello. Yeah, why do I do this to myself? I'm gonna go get him some food. I'm gonna get myself some water, and then I'm gonna come back out here and get to work. I think I'm gonna put on my audio book so I can just kind of get in a flow, and then we'll just see. I'll take it one step at a time, and we'll just see how things go, how I feel when I do it the first step. And I do want to get the flowers in the ground today, so we'll do step 1 and 2, and then we'll see if I feel like pruning the bushes or not, or what, I don't know. But let me get started. Let me take care of this and then we'll get started. Okay, I have a little bit of a change of plans. I was gonna dig up all of these ornamental grass things, but I thought about it and they are pretty substantial. They've been here for a while, several years they've been here growing, and they're big enough now where I can actually split them. And so I decided that that's what I'm gonna do. I've dug up 5 of them and I'm gonna split each one in half and replant the halves to spread it out. And then when I get my backyard more sorted out, I'm gonna move the other ones to the back when I get ready to plant a new bush here. For right now, I don't have a bush, so I'm just gonna leave these 5 here in the back and then spread the other ones out across the front here and see how that looks. Also, I have a pretty significant ant farm, you know, habitat going on in this flower bed, so I'm having to kind of work around them too and try to keep them off of me, which, well, I can't really keep them off of me, but trying to keep them off, you know, because it's a little, right? But I did look it up and ants are not really bad. They kind of help aerate the ground and stuff, so I'm not really gonna mess with them, at least not at this point. But I did get some of that diatomaceous, I think that's how you say it, diatomaceous earth, whatever that powder stuff is. It's some kind of white powder that you can kind of spray across your stuff, and it kills bugs like ants and roaches and stuff like that, which we don't have a problem with roaches, but still it kills that stuff. So if need be, I guess I could sprinkle some of that around in the flower bed if I wanted to, but I like to be friends with nature. I'm not going to bother them if they don't bother me, as long as they stay out of the house. So we have several spiders around as well. I wonder if that stuff works on mosquitoes. Anyway, I'm gonna split these 5 and get those planted in the 10 spots I want them, and then I'm gonna move on to the flowers. It's been about a minute and I tried to break apart one of those and clearly I don't have the right tools, so I'm going back to my original plan. It's much easier to dig them all up and reposition them than it is to try to separate them. So I guess if I do decide to separate them, I'll just try to get some better equipment to be able to break them apart, because I have 2 shovels and I have that pitchfork kind of thing, and I cannot get through the root ball, which I guess is good because that means that the roots are healthy. And I've probably kind of crushed this one and it's probably going to look rickety, so I think I'm going to take it all the way down to the far end and work my way back this way. So back to plan A.